Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear students. Hope you are doing okay, and welcome back to Introduction to Linguistics. Today, inshallah, I am going to talk about a new topic, which is syntax. Let's have a look on the outline. Today, we have many subtopics. We have what is syntax, what is grammar and its types, what is generative grammar, deep and surface structure, structural ambiguity, tree diagram, symbols used in syntactic analysis, phrase structural rules, lexical rules, movement rules, complement phrase, and recursion. So these are the outlines, inshallah, we are going to talk about today. First of all, let's see the concept of syntax. When we concentrate on the structure and ordering of components within a sentence, then we are studying the syntax of a language. So the syntax of a language concentrates on structures and ordering of the components within a specific sentence. Okay, syntax, originally Greek, syntaxis, means putting together. It means arrangements. So syntax is the study of the rules governing the way words are combined to form phrases and sentences in a language. So it is very easy, and I think we have already, discussed this concept of syntax. So again, syntax is concerned with the structure and ordering of the components within a sentence, or it focuses on the rules that govern the way words, phrases, clauses are combined, okay, within a specific sentence or in language in general. So this is the concept of syntax. It is very easy. Next, we have grammar. What is grammar? Grammar is a word that confuses considerably. Etymologically, the term grammar goes back through French and Latin to Greek word grammatica or grammatia, which may be translated as the art of writing. So that's why we always say that the concept of grammar is to some extent confusing. Okay, so originally it goes through French and Latin to Greek, which means the word is grammatica or grammatica, which may be translated as the art of writing. But for a long time, this term has been used very closely to incorporate the whole study of language. So grammar, in short, incorporates the whole study of language. It incorporates the whole study of language. Next, grammar versus syntax. Syntax is roughly about word order. It is roughly about word order. It means the organization of words or phrases within a sentence. So this is syntax. It is roughly about word order, the set of rules that define the way in which words, phrases, and clauses are sequenced or organized to make coherent sentences. Again, syntax has something to do with the way in which words, phrases, and clauses are sequenced or organized to make coherent sentences. So syntax tells us what goes where in a sentence. What goes where in a sentence. For example, a simple sentence, we know that a simple sentence consists of subject, verb, object. So first of all, as a simple sentence, we have subject plus verb. Okay, this is the order. This is word order. Subject, then we have verb, then have we object. As for questions, we have auxiliary plus subject plus verb. So that's why we are talking about the order or word order. Okay, how words are organized, how words are sequenced within a specific sentence in a specific language. So this is syntax. According to syntax, for me to call her sister would be a bad idea. This is a sentence. For me to call her sister would be a bad idea. And its syntactic transform, again, it would be a bad idea for me to call her sister, are correct. So these two sentences, according to syntax, are correct. because the first sentence, okay, or the second sentence is the syntactic transform of the first sentence. So, okay, based on syntax, for me to call her sister would be a bad idea, or it would be a bad idea for me to call her sister. Both sentences are correct because the second sentence is the syntactic transform of the first one. Okay, so in short, syntax is more concerned with the organization of words, phrases in a specific sentence, how words and phrases are sequenced or are organized. However, when it comes to grammar, everything about how a language works. So grammar is concerned with everything about how a language works, including syntax as a subset or a branch. So syntax is a subset. It's a branch of grammar. Okay, grammar is the general umbrella under which syntax is subdivided. Okay, or sublisted. So everything about how language works. So when we talk about everything about how language works, we're talking about grammar. And syntax is a subset or a branch here. Okay. 2, how words are inflected, conjugated, declined according to aspect, degree, gender, mood, number, person, tense, etc. Okay, so this is also included in grammar. Grammar is a branch of linguistics that is concerned with the syntax, morphology, semantics, and phonology of a language. So it is more comprehensive. Okay, so this is a grammar. This is grammar. So syntax is always sublisted under grammar. It is a branch, it's a subset. Good. Next, grammar is a set of rules that set forth or show the generally correct standard of usage in a language. So it is more concerned with the generally correct standard of usage in a language. So it is general. It is a general idea. Okay, it is an overall idea. Good. So again, grammar is a set of rules that set forth or that show the generally correct standard of usage in a language. These rules dictate how we should say things correctly. Okay, so it talks about things in general, correctness, standards of usage in a language. Okay, these rules dictate how we should how we should say things correctly. For example, agreement between words in relation to other constructions or parts in the sentence. Agreement, like what? Like he play or he plays. In he play, we don't have agreement. We have here he plays, we have agreement. Okay, we have agreement in he plays. He play doesn't have agreement. We don't have agreement here in he and the verb because he is a third person singular and the verb should be plays. The verb should be plays. Good. So next, then we are talking about agreement here. So this is grammar. This is grammar. It talks about agreement between words in relation to other constructions or parts. When we talk about agreement here, we are talking about just one part. Here, she did that himself. This is wrong. This is wrong because this is gender. She did that herself. So this is gender. Good. Okay. Next, to never look back. To never look back. So this is wrong. To never look back is wrong. What is right? Never to look back. This is called split infinitive. What is split infinitive? It is a general rule. It is a general rule that no word should separate the to of an infinitive from the simple form of the verb that follows. Okay, so this is split infinitive. Like what? Like, for example, if we say she's going to quickly eat the sandwich. She's going to quickly eat. This is wrong. What is right? The right form is to say she's going to eat the sandwich quickly. So nothing should separate okay? Nothing should separate the to of the verb, okay, from the simple form of the verb. This is the to of the infinitive. To never look, no. We need to go never to look, to go, to eat, to play, to and the verb, to and the verb. To is called here the to of the infinitive, the to of the infinitive, okay? To is called the to of the infinitive, the to of the infinitive form, the to of the infinitive form. Nothing should separate the to of the infinitive form from the simple form, which is of the verb, of course, which is look back, okay? So it is wrong to say to never look back, okay? Or as I have just said, to she's going to quickly eat. She's going to quickly eat. No, this is wrong to say she's going to quickly eat. We can say she's going to eat quickly. Okay, so this is called split infinitive. Infinitive is split. Okay, is divided. Okay. Okay. Next, so this is grammar. We have gender, we have agreement, we have split infinitive. Next point. What is the next point? Good, so we are done with grammar and syntax. Here we have prominent types of grammar are discussed below. We have traditional grammar, we have prescriptive grammar, we have descriptive grammar, sentence interpretive grammar, sentence producing grammar, reference grammar, contrastive grammar, theoretical grammar, structural grammar, phrase structure grammar, generative grammar, transformational grammar, stratification grammar, and communicative grammar. We are going to concentrate on 3 of these: phrase structure grammar, generative grammar, and transformational grammar. Let's have a look here. We have surface and deep structure. Okay, we have any sentence, any language segment, okay, we have a surface and deep structure. This deep structure and the surface structure are called syntactic structures. These are syntactic structures. Again, deep structure and surface structures are called syntactic. Okay, syntactic structures, things related to syntax, syntactic structures. Good. Deep structure is the basic structure of a sentence. The basic structure of a sentence is the deep structure. However, the surface structure is the form of sentences or forms of sentences resulted from modification or transformation. Modification and transformation. Let's have a look here. Like what? Like this sentence, Charlie broke the window. This is the deep structure. Charlie broke the window. But what about surface structures? The window was broken by Charlie. Charlie was the one who broke the window. It was Charlie who broke the window. Was the window broken by Charlie? Charlie didn't break the window. And many other sentences that are transformed, okay? That are, let me say, modified or transformed from the deep structure, okay? So now we have an idea about what deep structure is and what surface structure is, okay? So many surface structures are generated or are transformed from the same deep structure, Let's have a look here. Surface and deep structures. Surface structures are syntactic forms. A syntactic form is a sentence, okay? Syntactic forms. Okay, so we have many terms, many linguistic terms here that we need to focus on and pay attention to in order to learn them by heart, okay? Surface structures are syntactic forms or sentences resulted from modification or transformation, okay? Like this sentence. The window was broken by Charlie. Charlie was the one who broke the window. It was Charlie who broke the window. Was the window broken by Charlie? Charlie didn't break the window, okay? Wasn't Charlie the one who broke the window, and many other sentences. These are all called surface structures that originally, or that are originally transformed or taken from the same deep structure. Charlie broke the window. This is a deep structure. Okay, so surface structures are syntactic forms or sentences resulted from modification or so the process is called modification or transformation. A surface structure is the outward form of a sentence. It is the outward form of a sentence. Consider these sentences. Charlie broke the window. The window was broken by Charlie. It was Charlie who broke the window. Where is the deep structure? Charlie broke the window is the deep structure. Okay. Where are the surface structures? The window was broken by Charlie. It was Charlie who broke the window. Okay. They have lots of things in common, actually, even though they seem to be different. But, okay, they are almost the same, even identical. Okay, because the main components are common or shared. We have, for example, noun phrase. We have in all of them, we have noun phrase, noun phrase, noun. Okay, we have verb, verb, verb. We have another noun phrase. Okay, so different noun phrases and verbs are common. Okay, so the same deep structure gives many surface structures. Okay, let's have another close look here. Surface and deep structure. The first sentence is active. Here, Charlie broke the window. The second one, the window was broken by Charlie, is a passive sentence. Okay, so I'm not sure if we are talking about these examples. No, not these examples, actually. Not these examples. Okay, the first sentence is active. The second is passive. And the last is imperative. So the last one must be break the window. Okay, Charlie broke the window. The window was broken by Charlie. And the last one should be break the window, Charlie. Break the window, Charlie. We can write it like this. Break the window. So imperative. So we have three forms here. The first sentence is active. The second is passive. And the last is imperative. Amr. Amr. Break the window. Okay. However, if we take a close look, okay, if you take a close look, you will find that those three are very closely related, even identical. They seem to be identical since they have the same underlying abstract representation. Okay, okay, okay. So why they seem to be identical? Because the three of them have the same underlying, this is very important, they have the same underlying abstract representation that is called deep structure. So what is the deep structure? The underlying abstract representation, which is called deep structure. Good, good. So again, if we have a close look at the three of them, we can find that they are closely related. The three sentences are closely related, even identical. Why? Because they seem to be having the same underlying abstract representation. What is it? It is the deep structure. So what is deep structure? It is the underlying abstract representation. Good. The other underlying level, which is the underlying abstract representation or the deep structure, okay? The other underlying خفي, okay, level, where the basic components, noun phrase plus verb plus noun phrase, shared by the sentences can be represented, is called their deep structures. So we can have, or we can see that noun phrase plus verb plus noun phrase is shared among the three sentences. Okay, and that's why we can say here that the basic components, noun phrase, verb, noun phrase, shared by the sentences can be represented. This is called the deep structure. This is called the deep structure. Why? Because the deep structure in all of them, okay, have the deep structures have the basic components, noun phrase, verb, noun phrase. Okay, it is common, it is shared among them. The deep structure is an abstract level of a structural organization. The deep structure is an abstract level of structural organization in which all the elements determining structural interpretation, I mean the basic components, are represented. So if we would like to represent it, okay, we can find that the basic components, okay, are shared among the three sentences, okay? The basic components are shared. Again, the deep structure is an abstract level of structural organization, okay, in which all the elements determining structural interpretation, if we would like to interpret them structurally, okay, we can find that they have the same basic components, or the same basic components are represented in all of them. Okay, what are the same basic components? Noun and phrase. If we try to analyze these three sentences, this is the idea, we can find that the three of them have noun and phrase, verb, noun and phrase. That's the idea. This is the idea. This is the idea, okay? The same deep structure can be the source of many other surface structures. The same deep structure, okay? Charlie broke the window. The same deep structure. It's the same one deep structure. The same deep structure in all of them can be the source of many other surface structures, such as it was Charlie who broke the window, and was the window broken by Charlie, and Charlie didn't break the window, and many other sentences. So the same deep structure is the source of many other surface structures. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. Here we have other examples, actually, surface and deep structures. More example, Alexander shot the elephant, okay? Alexander shot the elephant. This is deep structure. Did Alexander shoot the elephant? The elephant was shot by Alexander, okay? And again, so this is the deep structure. Alexander shot the elephant. This is deep structure. Did Alexander shoot the elephant? The elephant was shot by Alexander, okay? These are surface structures, okay? Superficially, they seem to be different, but in reality, they belong to the same deep structure, and they are almost identical because they have the same components in the representation. In the representation, they have the same components. So in transformational grammar, we have transformational grammar. All sentences were derived from the underlying deep structure. All of these, okay, were derived from the same underlying deep structure. The same deep structure, yeah. Okay, the underlying deep structure was converted or transformed into the different surface structures. You see, different surface structures we have. The same idea, it is the same idea. The same idea is, okay, conveyed in both sentences, okay? So the underlying deep structure was converted or transformed into the different surface structure realizations, or the same different into the different surface structures, or the different surface structure realizations by the process known as transformation. Process known as transformation. Okay, what is the what do we call the process? What do we call the process? Okay, it is called transformation or transformations. So transformational grammar can be defined as grammar which converts deep structures into surface structures by means of transformations. The same idea is conveyed in the three sentences here. Okay, so transformational grammar is defined as the grammar which converts deep structures into surface structures by means of transformation. By means of transformation. Okay, more examples. Deep and surface structures. Charlie broke the window. Charlie broke the window. Active voice. The window was broken by Charlie. Passive voice. Jack loves his brother. Jack loves his brother. Active voice. His brother is loved by Jack. Passive voice. Some linguists, in particular Noam Chomsky, have tried to account for this similarity by positing or suggesting that these two sentences, these two and these two, okay, are distinct or different surface forms, of course, okay, that derive from a common deep structure, the same idea. So Noam Chomsky emphasizes the idea of similarity. How? By posting or by suggesting that these two sentences are different surface forms, okay? They are different surface forms. They are different surface forms that derive from a common or a shared or one deep structure, okay? From one deep structure. Sometimes the deep structure is referred to as the meaning. Okay, the meaning, okay. Charlie broke the window was broken by Charlie, so we have a meaning, okay. Who broke the window? And so we have a meaning. We have, for example, a window that is broken. We have something done here, something done. Somebody did something, okay. The doer is Charlie. The thing that was done is, or the verb that was done, okay, is the verb of breaking something, okay. What was broken? It's the window. And this is tough. This is tough. So Noam Chomsky and other linguists have tried to account for this similarity. Okay, okay. They support this similarity by suggesting that these two sentences are different surface forms that derive from a common deep structure. This means that they are superficially different. They are superficially, okay, from surface. They are different. They seem to be different, okay? They are superficially different surface structures, but belong to the same deep structure. Next, deep and surface structure. Charlie broke the window was broken by Charlie. Jack loves his brother is loved by Jack. Okay, the same, but we have something else. The distinction between them is a difference in their surface structure, since they have different syntactic forms. This is a syntactic form, okay? Different syntactic forms. Of course, yes. Okay, like Charlie broke the window was broken, passive, active. So they are different. Why? Because they have different syntactic forms. Okay, this superficial difference is called surface structure. This is surface structure. Okay, Charlie broke the window was broken by Charlie. It was Charlie who broke the window. So all these different forms or different syntactic forms are the surface structures. Okay, good. We have structural ambiguity. A new topic, structural ambiguity. When we have the same surface structure but different deep structures. The idea is the opposite here. We used to have the same deep structure but different surface structures. But when we have the same surface structure but different deep structures, then the result is structural ambiguity. This type of ambiguity is also known as syntactic ambiguity. It is ambiguity or ambiguity, okay? So we have structural ambiguity or syntactic ambiguity when we have the same surface structures but different deep structure. And the same surface structures. So we have structural ambiguity. It means that we have a sentence, okay, a sentence that has two different meanings. The same sentence has two different meanings. And that's why it is called structural ambiguity or syntactic ambiguity. Syntactic, it is concerned with the ordering of the components of the sentence, syntactic ambiguity or structural ambiguity. Okay? Okay, this type of ambiguity is also known as syntactic ambiguity, which arises because a particular sequence of lexical item, or what is the particular sequence of lexical item? This is the sentence. A particular sequence of lexical items, okay? Sentence, because a specific or a particular sequence of lexical items or a sentence, a particular sentence, can be given two distinct syntactic structures. can be given two distinct syntactic structures, two different meanings. Can be given two distinct syntactic structures. Okay, like what? Like this one, for example. Example. The boy saw the man with a telescope. The boy, this is a syntactic structure. Okay? The boy saw the man with a telescope. Okay? This sentence can have more than one syntactic structure. It might mean the boy saw the man by the telescope or by using the telescope. Okay? Okay? The boy saw the man by using the telescope. So the boy used the telescope to see the man. Or the boy saw the man with the telescope. The boy saw the man with the means the one who had the telescope. So the man was having a telescope. So with in Arabic translates as ذو. Okay? ذو اللي كان معه يعني. The boy saw the man with the telescope. The boy saw the man with who had the man with the telescope, who had the telescope. So the man was having a telescope, or the man had a telescope. The other interpretation is the boy saw the man with means by بواسطة. So the boy saw the man using or by using the telescope. So we have two different syntactic structures, two distinct syntactic structures. Okay, so this is called structural ambiguity or syntactic ambiguity. Here we have the same surface structure but different deep. So this is the deep structure. The boy saw the man with the telescope. This is the deep structure. Okay, but the surface structures, okay, the surface structures are different because we have two distinct syntactic structures. Okay, again, who has the telescope? The boy or the man? In Arabic, let me put it into Arabic. الرجل رأى الولد رأى الرجل with the telescope. الولد رأى الرجل الذي كان معه التلسكوب. الولد رأى الرجل الذي with the telescope الذي كان معه التلسكوب. Okay, so the man had or was having the telescope. أو الولد رأى الرجل بواسطة التلسكوب. So one means that the first interpretation means that the boy was having the telescope and the boy saw the man by using the telescope, and the other interpretation is that the boy saw the man and that man had a telescope. Okay, so who has the telescope, the boy or the man? What are the two possible meanings, the two distinct deep structures, the two distinct underlying interpretations here? So this is important. This is important. Okay, what are the two possible meanings? What do we mean by meaning? The two deep structures. Because the deep structure is sometimes called the meaning. Sometimes it is referred to as the meaning. What are the two possible meanings, or the two distinct deep structures, or the two distinct underlying interpretations? When we are talking about the underlying interpretations or the distinct underlying interpretations, we are talking about deep structures and the meanings. So let's have a look. Okay, so why is the sentence below ambiguous? The boy saw the man with a telescope. Because it can be given to distinct syntactic trees with different meanings. Tree diagrams. We analyze it. If we analyze it with tree diagrams, this is the interpretation of syntactic structure. Okay? Okay, the syntactic tree. The syntactic tree can make it clearer. Okay, if we make a tree or syntactic tree for this sentence, we can have two distinct syntactic trees with different meanings. I have just been talking about the different meanings. Let's see the different syntactic tree. Okay, structural ambiguity. The boy saw the man with a telescope. We are talking about using the telescope. The boy saw the man. Okay, using the telescope, the boy saw the man. Okay, so the boy saw the man with the telescope by using the telescope. Let's have a look. Here we have a sentence. The sentence is divided into noun phrase and verb phrase. Okay? Usually the sentence is divided into, in syntactic structures, in syntactic analysis, or syntactic tree analysis, or syntactic or tree diagram. In tree diagram we have sentence, noun phrase, verb phrase. Okay, directly. Okay, noun phrase, verb phrase. Where is the noun phrase? The boy, the subject, the boy. Okay, the car, the strong boy, the little boy. So the subject should be noun phrase. Okay, sometimes it is an article. Okay, so the subject, it might be the article or determiner with a noun. Okay, and the rest of the sentence, which starts with a verb. Okay, the rest of the sentence. So the sentence should be divided into two parts. First of all, sentence, noun phrase, the subject, noun, the boy, maha, the teacher, maha. Okay, proper noun, maha, without any article. Maha is a noun phrase. The boy is a noun phrase, article with noun. The strong boy, article, adjective, and noun. All these are possible, okay, possible in noun phrase. Okay, so noun phrase, the boy, Maha, Rami, the teacher, the strong boy. Okay, so the man with a telescope. The rest of the sentence, which starts from the verb, is verb phrase. Verb phrase. Okay, P phrase. Okay, noun phrase, verb phrase. Next, in the noun phrase here, it is sub-branched out, okay, or subdivided into determiner or article, determiner, okay, the, an, okay, an and the, determiner or article, and noun, the boy, okay, noun phrase. So determiner and noun, the boy. Next we have verb phrase. Automatically, noun phrase, verb phrase. Automatically, verb phrase, we have so, which is a verb. Then the man with the telescope, the man is noun phrase, the man, noun with an article, noun phrase, the man, noun phrase, which is divided or subdivided into determiner, the, and man, noun, noun. Next we have with a telescope. With a telescope is a prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase is a group of words starting with a preposition. Okay, group of words containing a noun, with the telescope, starting with a preposition, with the telescope. Okay, 2 words, 3 words, more than 1 word, of course. Prepositional phrase, it's a phrase, a phrase. So with a telescope, starting with, okay, a group of or more than 2 words starting with a preposition. With a telescope. So we have here, we have prepositional phrase, like prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrase is divided into a preposition, with, and the telescope is another noun phrase. It is another noun phrase. Okay, this noun phrase is subdivided into determiner, the, and noun, telescope, and noun, telescope. Okay, this is the first interpretation. Using the telescope, the boy saw the man. The boy saw the man. The boy saw the man. Okay, the next one. The boy saw the man with a telescope. Here means the boy saw the man who had a telescope. Okay, the boy saw the man with a telescope. The man with a telescope here, the man functions as an adjective for the man, because which man? Okay, with a telescope. So it functions as what? As an adjective, and that's why it is here analyzed in the same level. It is analyzed in the same level. Let's have a look. Okay, sentence. We have noun phrase, the boy, and after the verb we have the rest of the sentence, verb phrase, and we have verb phrase, verb, so here, and the man with the telescope. The man with the telescope is noun phrase. The man, the whole sentence, the man with the telescope. Why we didn't divide it into the man, okay, in a subdivision and with a telescope in another subdivision, because the man with the telescope functions, okay, as one noun phrase, because with a telescope, as if it is an adjective, okay, as if it is an adjective. The strong man, okay, the strong man, as if it is an adjective. The strong man, the man with a telescope. So with a telescope, as if it functions as an adjective, and that's why the whole part, the man with a telescope, is noun phrase, one part. It is one part, noun phrase. It is noun phrase. However, in the one before, okay, the man, noun phrase, you see, and with a telescope is a prepositional phrase. It is not within the same layer. It is not within the same layer, okay? Because here, with a telescope is not talking about the man. It is not an adjective, or doesn't function as an adjective for the man, okay? Okay, it is not in the same layer. So two divisions: the man, okay, noun phrase, and with a telescope, is a prepositional phrase. However, here, the man with a telescope, with a telescope, as if it is functioning as an adjective because it describes the man, okay? Okay, the man had the telescope, so it is in the same layer. Okay, so verb phrase, the boy, noun phrase, determiner noun, and automatically, so the rest of the sentence is verb phrase, the verb phrase alone, the verb, so automatically, and the man with the telescope, the whole sentence, the man with the telescope, is a noun phrase because it's starting with a noun. It has a man, the man, okay, starting with a man. The man with the telescope is noun phrase. This noun phrase is subdivided into, number one, determiner, the, noun, man, and so the man here is under the same noun phrase, okay? And with the telescope is another prepositional phrase, which is subdivided into preposition and another noun phrase, the telescope, noun phrase, which is subdivided into determiner and noun, the telescope. So it means here the boy saw the man who had a telescope. And that's why we have two different structural representations. When we have tree diagram, things are going to be clear cut. Okay, so structural ambiguity, we have many more examples here. Annie bumped into a man, met a man with an umbrella. Small boys and girls are playing hide and seek. Okay, we have here a sentence that can be interpreted differently. We have two different meanings, two different tree diagrams, two different syntactic structures. Okay, so here we have the same surface structure, okay, but different deep structures. Okay, why? This is the deep structure. Is it different? Yes, because it has two different meanings. Okay, how? Explanation. Explanation can show in the first sentence two ideas. Annie had an umbrella and she bumped into a man. Annie bumped into a man with an umbrella. She was, with means though. She was having, she was holding. Okay, Annie had an umbrella and she bumped and she met a man. Okay, Annie bumped into a man when he happened to be carrying an umbrella. Who had an umbrella? Okay, a man with an umbrella who was carrying. Okay, with a man, it in Arabic means ذو أو ذاته اللي كان معه. The man with an umbrella, الرجل اللي كان معه an umbrella. So it has two different meanings. So that's why interpretation here makes things clearer. Okay, so we have here two different interpretations. Okay, another sentence. Small boys and girls are playing hide and seek. Small boys and girls, small here, might mean small boys and small girls. In terms of girls, when we talk about girls, we can say young girls, okay? So small might be for boys and girls, or small boys and girls. It means all girls. So small boys and girls are playing hide and seek. Small boys are playing with young girls. So small is for both, for boys and girls. Small boys and girls. It means, okay, and girls. So small, number one, the first interpretation means that small is used for both boys and girls. So we have small boys and small girls, or young, we can say young girls, because the small with girls is, is said to be young girls. Small for both, yeah, boys and girls. Okay, small is used for both boys and girls. This is the first interpretation. Small boys are playing with young girls. The second interpretation is small boys and all girls. So small here is restricted to boys. So small boys and girls, it means all girls, because it doesn't mean small girls. So small boys and all girls, this is the second interpretation, are playing. Okay, distinct underlying interpretations. You see, this is the interpretation. These are distinct underlying interpretations that have to be represented differently. So when we represent them in tree diagram, okay, they have to be represented differently in deep structure, is called the structural ambiguity. So this is structural ambiguity. When we represent them differently, in the deep structure, this is called structural ambiguity. Structural ambiguity, because the same sentence has got two different interpretations. Okay, exercises. Flying planes can be dangerous. Sam wears a bright yellow shirt. Mark works out in the background. Jack decided on the boat. Annie beat a man with an umbrella. Okay, so we have different examples. Let's see one of them. Flying planes can be dangerous. Flying planes can be dangerous. This is another example. Flying planes can be dangerous. Can be dangerous. Okay, in Arabic, let me put it into Arabic actually. Flying planes. Okay, flying planes. Flying can be used as an adjective. Flying planes. Okay, like flying objects. الأطباق الطائرة. Flying objects. عفوا الأجسام الطائرة. Flying objects الأجسام الطائرة. So here طائرة. Flying planes الطائرات. Okay, التي تطير. الطائر بتطير يعني. Flying like flying. So it is an adjective. Flying planes. Flying planes like flying objects الأطباق الطائرة. So it can be used as an adjective for planes. Flying planes can be dangerous. So planes which are flying can be dangerous. So flying, the first interpretation, flying is an adjective. The second one, flying is a verb. Okay, means like playing football. Okay, playing football. Flying planes, قيادة الطائرات. Flying planes, قيادة الطائرات. Okay, so the second interpretation, so the first one is like the first case. In the first case, it is an adjective for planes. The second one is a verb, flying. For somebody to fly planes, okay, or to fly planes. Flying means to fly planes, or for someone to fly planes, or a plane can be dangerous. So the ambiguity of this sentence may be interpreted as for someone to fly planes or a plane can be dangerous. So for someone to fly planes or to fly planes, so it is it's a verb. Okay, it means for somebody. What is the subject? The subject is implicit, by the way. It is implicit. ضمني. This is for somebody to fly planes can be dangerous. For somebody, this is implicit. Okay, can be dangerous. Flying is interpreted as a transitive verb. So a transitive verb with an implicit subject. Implicit subject. Okay, implicit subject. فاعل ضمني. Okay, subject. Noun phrase, verb phrase. Okay, noun phrase. Yeah, if it is an adjective, flying planes. Flying planes, because we have a noun with an adjective. A noun with an adjective. So we have noun phrase, which is subdivided into verb phrase, flying, verb, and noun phrase, noun, planes, automatically. Planes, noun phrase. Verb, verb phrase. Okay, flying, verb phrase. Okay, so noun phrase, flying planes, because planes, an adjective. This is an adjective. Auxiliary is subdivided alone. Can, may, should, might, is, was. Okay, will, could. Okay, auxiliary alone, short directly from the sentence. Okay, auxiliary can, and can be dangerous is verb phrase. Okay, can be dangerous. The whole sentence can be dangerous. So the sentence should be divided from here. Subject and the rest of the sentence. Subject is noun phrase, and the rest of the sentence starting from the verb is verb phrase. If we have an auxiliary starting, okay, the rest of the sentence, it is alone. It is subdivided alone here, auxiliary. Then we have can be divided verb phrase, be divided verb phrase, which is subdivided into verb, be, and dangerous adjective and adjective. So this is different in syntactic structure. Okay, in the syntactic structure in the tree diagram, this is different. Okay, let's see the other example. Okay, okay, okay. Mary works out in the backyard. Mary works out in the backyard. Okay, we have another. We need to have another sentence. Flying planes. This is flying planes. Okay. Okay. Yes, this is the second part. This is the second part. Yes. Okay, flying planes can be dangerous, whereas the second interpretation is planes. This is the second interpretation. We are done with the first one. Planes, when flying, can be dangerous. Okay? Planes, when flying, okay? An adjective. It functions as if it is, it is an adjective. Planes which are flying planes, okay? In the first example, in the first interpretation, flying planes was interpreted as a verb, flying, قيادة الطائرات, flying planes, okay? Okay, so it was interpreted as a verb, okay, a transitive verb. Flying what? Flying planes, transitive verb. In the second example here, it is an adjective, flying planes, flying planes, okay? Okay, so here, and I mean the interpretation must be different here. Okay, noun phrase, auxiliary, verb phrase. Okay, noun phrase, flying planes, noun phrase, because this is an adjective. This is an adjective, okay? Flying planes. In the first example, yes, okay, okay. In the second example here, noun phrase, the noun phrase is subdivided into adjective, noun, adjective and noun, adjective, flying, and noun, planes, okay? The rest of the sentence is verb phrase, and the auxiliary is alone here, can, auxiliary, can. Be dangerous, verb, verb phrase, of course, verb which is divided into verb and adjective, be and dangerous, be and dangerous. So the interpretation is different. The interpretation is different. Here, Mary works out in the backyard. Mary works out in the backyard. Here, Mary works out. Works out can mean exercise. If you work out, it means you exercise. Or works, Mary works, okay, out in the backyard. So she works while she is out. She works, okay, out in the backyard. It means she works while she is in the backyard. So two different interpretations. So let's see the first one. Mary exercises in the backyard. TP, tense phrase or sentence. This is sentence. TP means is or sentence, which is which might be transformed, or it might be called TP. Tense phrase or sentence. Tense phrase or sentence. Okay. It is divided into noun phrase and verb phrase. Noun phrase is Mary, automatically from the subject. Mary, okay, Mary, noun phrase, and verb phrase, the rest of the sentence starting from the verb. Exercise in the backyard, verb phrase. And the verb phrase, okay, is subdivided into exercises, verb, and in the backyard is a prepositional phrase. In the backyard, a prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase in the backyard. In the backyard, a group of words starting with a preposition. The verb here, verb phrase, verb plus prepositional phrase. The verb is work. Now we are talking about work out, okay? Works out. The verb is verb plus a preposition. Works out, okay? Verb, two distinctions, two divisions. Verb works and a preposition out, okay? Okay, this is the second part. Next, in the backyard is a prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrase in the backyard. Okay, Mary. Again, Mary is noun phrase. We have verb phrase. Works out in the backyard. Okay, verb phrase. Verb plus prepositional phrase. Verb plus prepositional phrase. The verb is subdivided into verb and preposition. Verb and preposition. Next, we have a prepositional phrase. This is a prepositional phrase, PP, which is subdivided into a preposition and another noun phrase. Another noun phrase. Okay, preposition in and another noun phrase, which is subdivided into determiner and noun. The backyard. However, if we are talking about the second interpretation, Mary works while she is out in the backyard. Mary works out in the backyard, not Mary works out. Okay? It doesn't mean exercise. It means she works, but out in the backyard, while she is out in the backyard. So, noun phrase, verb phrase, the same. We have Mary, which is a noun phrase, and the verb phrase is divided into works. Here, works. Mary works out in the backyard. Okay, works is, okay, the verb phrase is divided into verb. This is the verb phrase. The whole sentence is from the verb is verb phrase, which is divided into verb, works, and the rest of the sentence after works out in the backyard is a prepositional phrase because it's a group of words starting with a preposition. A group of words starting with a preposition. Okay? So, out in the backyard is a prepositional phrase. It is subdivided into a preposition out, and in the backyard is another prepositional phrase in the backyard. Okay, a prepositional phrase which is also subdivided into a preposition, in, okay, and noun phrase, the backyard, okay, and noun phrase, the backyard, in, preposition, and noun phrase, the backyard, which is also subdivided into determiner and noun. This is very easy, by the way. It is not that difficult. It is not that difficult. Okay? Okay. Next, tree diagram. A tree diagram is a way of representing the hierarchical nature of a structure. Okay? It represents the hierarchical nature of a structure. Okay, البناء اللغوي in a graphical form. Tree diagram. Okay, it makes a representation. Represents. Okay, it is a way of representing the hierarchical nature because it takes the form of hierarchy. Okay, okay. So it represents the hierarchical nature of a structure in a graphical form. Graphical form. This is a graphical form. It is named a tree diagram because the classic representation resembles a tree. It resembles the tree, even though the chart is generally upside down compared to an actual tree. It is upside down. not the opposite. The tree is branching up, not out. Okay? So even though the chart is generally upside down compared to an actual tree. The complex layering of a sentence, any sentence, can be represented most clearly by a tree diagram. So if we want any sentence or to see the complex layering of any sentence, we can make a tree diagram for this or that sentence to see it represented more clearly through a tree diagram. So using a tree diagram, we can see the complex layering of any sentence most clearly. Tree diagram provides us with visual representation. Yes, exactly. Visual representation of the constituents, of the components of the expression or of the corresponding expression or of the sentence. So we can have visual representation of the consequence of the constituents or the components of the sentence. Okay? Like this one, tree diagram. A child can kick a football. Sentence, a child, noun phrase. The rest of the sentence starting from the verb can kick a football is a verb phrase starting with a verb. Okay, verb phrase. Noun phrase, it is either a noun, alone, Rami, Khalid, Samir, noun phrase. A child, an article or determiner with a noun, noun phrase. It can have an adjective in the middle. A small child, a little child, also noun phrase. So these are all possible, okay? These are all possible explanations for a noun phrase, okay? A proper noun, an article with a noun, an article adjective with a noun, okay? So noun phrase. Okay, so in this case we have noun phrase and verb phrase. Noun phrase, two subdivisions, article, a, and noun, child, article, child. Okay, here we have auxiliary, which is sub-branch directly from the sentence. Auxiliary alone. Okay, can, have, may, might. Okay, kick a football is a verb phrase. Kick a football is a verb phrase, which is divided into a verb, automatically a verb, and a football, a noun phrase. A football, a noun phrase. A noun with another word. Okay, a football, the football. Okay, the big football, a small football. It's a noun phrase. A football. Okay, a noun phrase. So these are rules to be learned by heart and very easy. We are going to have a look, inshallah, after this. Okay. Okay, so verb phrase, kick a football, subdivided into verb, kick, and a football, noun phrase. And the noun phrase is subdivided into article or determiner, and noun, which is together a football, noun phrase. This is easy. Next, let's have a look on the simples used in tree diagram. These are the simples. Is, sentence. Noun phrase, NP, noun phrase. PN, proper noun, like Ahmed, Khalil, Samir, proper nouns. In, noun. VP, verb phrase. Adverb. V, verb. Adjective. Prep, preposition. Art, article. Determiner. The same. Determiner or article. And the same. Article or determiner. Okay? Pronoun. PP, prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrase, a group of words starting with a preposition. In the morning, in the sun, under the table, next to the tree, behind the cupboard. Okay, so 2 words, 3 words starting with a preposition. Ungrammatical sentence, asterisk. This simple is called asterisk. This simple is called asterisk. If we have an asterisk like this, it means like this or that thing or sentence is ungrammatical. This is ungrammatical. So if you see something like 2 words, 3 words with this simple here, it means this sentence is ungrammatical. Okay? An arrow, it means consists of or rewrites as. Consists of or rewrites as. Okay, so something, an arrow, it means consists of or rewrites as. 2 brackets, optional constituent. Optional constituent. Okay, so what is inside these 2 brackets is optional. You can use it, you can leave it. Like a prepositional phrase, you can say article, okay, two brackets, adjective plus noun, okay. A tree, you can say a big tree, and a big is between brackets, so optional. What is between brackets is optional constituent, okay. Curly brackets, it means only one of these constituents must be selected, only one. If we have 3, 4, 5, only one must be selected, only one must be selected, okay. If we have something between curly brackets, it means only one of these must be selected. Next, phrase structure rules, okay. Phrase structure rules. Phrase structure rules generate structures. This is phrase structure rules, okay. TP means tense, phrase, or sentence, okay. It generates structures like rewrites as or consists of noun phrase and verb phrase. So these are phrase structure rules, okay. It has two different ways. Noun phrase consists of article, you see, adjective in between, so this is optional, we can use adjective or not, okay, and noun, pronoun or proper noun, one of these, and proper noun, okay, one of these, because these are between curly brackets, so one of these, noun, pronoun, or proper noun, okay. And the adjective is optional, you can have it, you can use it, you can leave it. So this is noun phrase. So we have three cases. Proper noun, Majid, for example, we can say Majid, so this is noun phrase. We can say the boy, article and noun, okay. We can say, this is another choice, we can say the strong boy, and strong is between brackets, so it is optional, okay. So we have 3 or 4 cases. Verb phrase means verb plus noun phrase plus prepositional phrase plus adverb, and these are optional. So verb phrase can be verb plus noun phrase, okay, like speak in public is enough. Speak in public, starting with a verb. Speak in public is a verb phrase, and it is subdivided into verb, speak, and in public, noun phrase. Sorry, it is a prepositional phrase. Sorry, noun phrase. We are talking about noun phrase. Speak with the man. Speak. Okay, so it depends. So verb phrase, verb, noun phrase, prepositional phrase, adverb. So these are prepositions. Sorry, optional. These are optional. Verb phrase, we can see how it is interpreted. Prepositional phrase, preposition plus noun phrase. Like here, 3 diagram. Sentence, noun phrase, verb phrase. Noun phrase, article, noun. Verb phrase, this is cut clear. This is clear cut, so it is easier. Verb phrase, verb plus noun phrase. Okay? PP and adverb are optional. So automatically, verb phrase, verb, noun phrase. Prepositional phrase, preposition, and another noun phrase. These are rules, and that's why phrase structure rules. These are called phrase structure rules, and these phrase structure rules, generate structures. You see how sentence, we generate structures. Okay, and that's why they are called the phrase structure rules. They generate structures. Okay, lexical rules. Now we are going to transform these structure rules into lexical rules, meanings. Okay, meanings. Okay, so as we know, phrase structure rules generate structures, just structures. Adjective, PN, pronoun, article. Okay, that's it. Only article, the word article. But what type of article? What is the article? The real article, the lexical. Okay, like PN. okay, which is proper noun, but just proper noun. But when we transform it into lexical rule, we say PN rewrites or PN, okay, PN rewrites as Mary, George. This is lexical rules. Noun, girl, dog, boy, lexical. This is lexical. This is structure. Okay? So as we know, phrase structure rules generate structures, just structures. To turn those structures into recognizable English, okay? Like these structures. Sentence, noun phrase, verb phrase. Noun phrase, article noun. Verb phrase, verb, noun phrase. Prepositional phrase, prepositional phrase, preposition plus noun phrase. So these are called structures. In order to turn these structures into recognizable English, we also need lexical rules that specify which words can be used when we rewrite this arrow, when we rewrite constituents such as nouns. I'm sorry. So noun phrase, like number one. So we want to transform or turn these phrase structures, okay, or these structures into lexical rules. Noun PN, proper noun, Mary, George. This is lexical because lexical means those carry meanings, okay? Noun, girl, dog, boy. Pronoun, he, it, you, I. Article, a and the. Verb, help, run, play. We have something important. We can rely on these rules to generate the grammatical sentences, but not ungrammatical sentences. So we rely on these rules to generate grammatical sentences, not ungrammatical ones. Not ungrammatical ones. This is important. Okay, movement rule. Movement rules. It is easy to represent declarative forms or statements in tree diagrams. So this is statement, you will help Mary. Rami is a teacher, okay? She speaks English, okay? All these are declarative sentences or declarative, okay, forms or statements. Jumla khabariya. They have information. They carry information, okay? Sentences that have information. And that's why they are called statements. So it's very easy to represent them in tree diagrams. Like sentence, noun phrase, verb phrase, automatically. Noun phrase, which is the pronoun you, automatically, subject, you. Will help Mary is verb phrase, and we have will, which is the auxiliary alone here, okay? Auxiliary, will, okay? Verb phrase, help Mary, two divisions, verb, help, and Mary, noun phrase, and Mary, noun phrase. So this is interpretation, this is representation, okay? Through tree diagram. Sentence rewrites as noun phrase, auxiliary, verb, noun phrase, auxiliary, and verb phrase. Help Mary, and and verb phrase. Okay, so this is movement rule. This is movement rule. This is movement rule. Okay, what is a movement rule? Movement rule is a type of rule that has a special symbol. This is the symbol. You see the symbol? Like an arrow. So movement rule is a type of rule that has a special symbol and can be illustrated in the process of one tree on the right being derived from the tree on the left. Okay? So the process of one tree on the right, being derived from another tree on the left. Being derived from another tree on the left. So you see, movement rule. Will you help Mary? Okay, so this is the movement rule. This process is based on movement rule. Okay, this process is based on movement rule. Again, what is a movement rule? It is a type of rule that has a special symbol. This is a symbol and can be illustrated in the process of having a tree on the right, that is what? That is or being derived from a tree on the left. being derived, or that is derived from a tree on the left. Okay, the one on the left, of course, is the declarative sentence, you will help Mary. And the one derived, the one derived is, will you help Mary? Okay, so I think it's very easy now. It's very easy. So the process of one tree on the right being derived from a tree on the left. It is easy to represent declarative forms in tree diagram. Okay, very easy. Declarative sentences, statements. Rami broke the window. Okay, you will help Mary. But how can you represent this one? Will you help Mary? Will you help Mary? Okay, this is a movement rule. A movement rule. Okay, this is a movement rule. Will you help Mary? It is very easy even. The movement rule, simply, this is the movement rule. Will you help Mary? Okay, so sentence, automatically, will, auxiliary, will. Okay, you help Mary, noun phrase, verb phrase. So it's the same, but auxiliary, instead of being here in the middle, it becomes the first one on the left. Okay, auxiliary, and here we have next noun phrase and verb phrase. You help Mary, you help Mary. Noun phrase, pronoun you, and help Mary is verb phrase. Help Mary is verb phrase, which is subdivided into verb, help, and noun phrase, marry. Okay, sentence rewrites as auxiliary, noun phrase, verb phrase. It is very, very easy. Okay, so this is the movement. This process is based on movement rule. Okay, a sentence on the right being derived from a sentence on the left with a special, okay, simple. This is the simple. This is the representation. This is the process. Okay. Next, recursion. What is recursion? Examples of recursion: A, for example, the first one, A, B, B, A, B, B. Okay, duplication. C, A, B, B, B. Okay. Okay, the man who the girl saw is my friend. B, the man who the girl who sneezed saw is my friend. The man who the girl, which girl? Who Peter, Peter, who knows, met, so is my friend. So recursion is, or means, the process of embedding a structure or a sentence within another structure of the same type, and that's why it is A, B, A, B, B, A, B, B, B. So a sentence of the same type. So recursion is the possibility, okay, or the process of embedding, inserting a structure or a sentence within another structure of the same type. Example: the cat meowed. The cat, the dog chased me out. Okay? The cat, the dog, the man hit, chased me out. Okay? The cat meowed. The cat that the dog chased me out. The cat that the dog that the man hit chased me out. Okay? So all these are cases or examples of recursion. Okay? Okay. The rules of grammar will also need the crucial property of recursion. In this, we can put sentences inside other sentences, and these sentences can be generated inside another sentences or other sentences, okay? Can be generated inside other sentences, Okay, so this is recursion, okay? I saw the cat that caught the rat that ate the blah blah blah, so that. So this is recursion, but that is something else. So the rule of grammar will also need the crucial property of recursion. In this, we can put sentences inside other sentences, and these sentences can be generated inside other sentences. Notice these. Mary helped George. Mary helped George. Kathy knew that Mary helped George. John believed that Kathy knew that Mary helped George. Again, Mary helped George. Kathy knew that Mary helped George. John believed that Kathy knew that Mary helped George. Okay? Next. Okay. Complement phrase. Complement phrase. We are done with recursion. We are done with recursion. Okay. Complement phrase. Mary helped George. Kathy knew that Mary helped George. John believed that Kathy knew that Mary helped George. Okay. So this is complement phrase. This is in these cases where we have that, okay, that we have complement phrases. Complement phrases. Mary helped George. Kathy knew that Mary helped George. John believed that Kathy knew that Mary helped George. So we are talking about that, so it's complement phrase. So traditionally, such sentences are called clauses, which are called that clause. That clause. Okay, John believed that Kathy knew. Okay, so this is called that clause. That Mary helped George is another that clause. Okay, so such sentences are called clauses or that clauses. In the above examples, that is called complementizers. That alone is called complementizer. It is called C, complementizer. We can say that sentences with that are complement phrase, CP, complement phrase. So the whole sentence, John believed that Kathy knew is a complement phrase, but that alone is a complementizer. Traditionally, this is called that clause, but here it is complement phrase. It is complement phrase. That clause, sentences that contain or with that, okay, are called complement phrase. Complement phrase instead of that clause. We call them complement phrase, and that is called complementizer. Complement phrase rule: sentence, noun phrase, verb phrase. Verb phrase. You see, John, for example, John believed, okay, sentence, noun phrase, and verb phrase, believed that Kathy knew. Okay, so sentence, noun phrase, John, verb phrase, believed that Kathy knew. Okay, verb phrase, believed that, is divided into verb, believed, and what? And that Kathy knew, which is complement phrase. Complement phrase. In a tree diagram, it's very clear. And complement phrase. Okay? Complement phrase that Kathy knew is subdivided into complementizer, that, and sentence. Kathy knew, and sentence. Okay? Okay, so this is very easy. Let's have a look on the tree diagram. Okay, sentence, noun phrase, verb phrase, verb plus complement phrase. Complement phrase consists of, complementizer and sentence. Okay, this is the last one. Complement phrase. John believed that Kathy knew that Mary helped George. John believed that Kathy knew that Mary helped George. Okay, we have a sentence, noun phrase, verb phrase. We have a sentence, noun phrase, verb phrase. Noun phrase, John. Okay, John. Noun phrase is John. Okay, and the rest of the sentence is a verb phrase. Good. Okay, so starting from here, believed that blah 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 blah. We have verb believed, and this is believed, and starting with that Kathy blah blah, that Kathy knew is a complement phrase. That Kathy knew is a complement phrase. Then the complement phrase is divided into that, which is a complementizer, and Kathy knew. Kathy knew is a sentence. Kathy knew that blah 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 is a sentence, and so on and so on. The sentence Kathy knew that blah. Kathy knew. Kathy knew. Sentence is noun phrase, verb phrase. The noun phrase is Kathy. Okay? Noun phrase is Kathy. And the verb phrase knew that. Verb phrase. And the verb phrase is subdivided also again. Okay? Knew that. We have verb phrase starting from new verb, and that Mary is a complement phrase, which is subdivided into complementizer, that, and another sentence. Okay? The sentence is Mary helped George. So the sentence Mary helped George is subdivided into noun phrase, verb phrase, noun phrase Mary, and verb phrase helped George is is divided in or subdivided into verb helped and noun phrase George. Okay? So we have come to the end of our class. Thank you very much for joining us and for listening to me. Until we meet again, inshallah, in the next classes, and bye-bye for now.